Hello everyone, this is Veronica from Ronnie Girl Crafts. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to go ahead and show you a card demonstration using the craft haul that I got from the Target dollar section a few days ago. What I made with the items I got at Target are these cards here. You can see the foil and glitter embellishment on those snowflakes, and on the back of the card it says "Merry Everything Happy Always." So I'd like to go ahead and show you how I made these. Now I made a couple of them in a variety of different combinations, so they're kind of all a little different there. So let's go ahead and go into how I made this. Okay, so first off, the products that I'm using are these strips that I got from the Target dollar section. These craft paper card and envelope set here. I am using some off-white cardstock, some chipboard stickers from the dollar section at Target, and I'm using some die cuts from Sizzix in two different color green cardstocks, and there's also an ivy looking one. Okay, and for the stamp set, I'm using the Sweet Seasons by Stampin' Up. I'm going to use the Merry Everything Happy Always from this set. And from the Thoughtful Branches set from Stampin' Up, I'm using the two little birds there on those. I'm also going to be using some Stampin' Write markers, one in Old Olive, and the second one is in Real Red. Going to be using some tape runner and also some Tombow Liquid glue. This is also from Stampin' Up. I already have my stamps mounted and ready to go. I'm going to be using two different kinds of inks from the Stampin' Pad from Stampin' Up, which is Chocolate Chip and Real Red. Okay, so let's get started. So first off, we have the card base, and I'm going to take one of each of the three different type of strip paper here from this pack. Alright, now I like the snowflakes to be separated, and I'll line them up here on my grid. That way I can kind of make them even. Then I'll line this one up here, and last, just kind of space them out a little. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take my tape runner, and I'm actually going to run the tape, oops, get this started. Of course it's going to move around on the card base itself. Then I'm going to do two strips. Wow, I'm just moving everything around. Okay, let's get back on track here, and I will place this down on that adhesive. I'll kind of line this up so I can see where the middle one is going to go. And this one is a little tough to get started sometimes, but once you get it going, it works great. Okay, so I will put the next strip down. Okay, and the last strip here. Again. I will put down the last one. Alright, then I'm going to take my scissors. You know what? Is this even focusing right? I'm going to zoom in a little. Okay. Then I'm going to take my scissors here, flip it over, and I'm going to just snip off the excess from those strips. Move those pieces aside. Now I am going to save these because if you noticed on one of the example cards, I actually use these extra pieces to make a second card out of those paper. Okay, so just save those to the side. Then you have this here. The next step is I've already stamped and punched out a sentiment Happy Holidays using the Real Red Stampin' Pad. And I used my banner punch from Stampin' Up to punch that little stamp out, that little sentiment. That is going to be going on the top of the card. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is get my die cuts and my stickers. Now the die cuts I'm just going to kind of lay across the card like that. I am going to be using my, oh, wrong one. Sorry, my Tombow Liquid glue here. Alright, so I just kind of find the bigger areas on the back of those die cuts and kind of just put a little glue. It's gonna, you don't have to glue the whole thing down because it's gonna pop off the page a little bit and add some dimension. So you just kind of glue the bigger areas that you can. Just put a little here and there. Okay, and just kind of add that on there. Alright, next is going to be the sticker. And now you want to kind of put it high enough so that way your sentiment is going to go kind of circling underneath the chipboard. So you push that down. Then these, I'm going to be using my Stampin' Dimensionals here. And I will place 1, 2, 3 on the back of that. There. And just kind of stick that underneath the circle. Kind of fits perfectly. Oh, and my dogs are barking at a skateboarder going by. Alright, so let's move these off to the side. So I have all the front of my card pretty much done, really fast and simple. Now for the back. I'm going to use my off-white cardstock here. I'm going to go ahead and open up. Actually, I already stamped the sentiment with the Real Red on the front of the card. So pretty much I'm just going to be using my chocolate chip for the sentiment. I've already have mounted here, clear stamp on here. So we'll just get some ink. Make sure we get that real good. And I like to stamp it towards the top so that way I have room for my signature at the bottom. And just kind of leave it there for a few minutes. Then you lift it off. And there it is. Close up my stamp. My ink, I mean. Okay. Oh, you know what? I used the Real Red for the bird. completely forgot. Okay, so I will be opening up Real Red. And what I did was I put a bird on each side so that way it'll make it easier. One goes this way and one's going to go that way. So it makes it faster for your stamping. And I kind of just made it sit, oops, at the top of the word. Ugh, and of course I would mess up. But that's okay because there's always another side. So second time is going to be the charm here, hopefully. Okay, let's stamp this back up. Put that in the center towards the top. Hang on to that for a minute there. All right, that's ready to go. Now let's try this bird again. Now I kind of moved the stamp sideways, and that's why I messed up. So I'm going to keep it as straight as possible and just go straight down there. Hold it for a few minutes and release. All right, that came out better. And the last one I'm going to put down here towards the bottom there. And that one came out nice. All right, so now for the pins, I went ahead and I used the paintbrush side of the Old Olive, and I kind of just go along the bristles of the stamp like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then for the Real Red paintbrush side, I kind of just drew some circles around the red berries there to add some color. Then, I think this one's almost running out, and that is why it's giving me a hard time, but I like to use every last bit of my glue. So I'll use it all the way to the end. Okay, so I kind of went around. I'll put a couple in the middle. Okay, then we'll just line this up. And you could also use the Tombow glue to do the back as well. But I just thought it'd be faster to use the tape runner. All right, so there's the card, and this is using mostly products just from the dollar section at Target. I did have a couple of Stampin' Up products here that I already had, and some die cuts and a punch. So I hope you enjoyed my little video showing you how I used the items from my Target craft haul a few days ago. And please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also, I'll be putting a link to some of the products that I used from Stampin' Up in the comments of the video, so you can take a look at my website. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.